So Chad, can you explain something for me, because I'm a little confused. Is Kenosha booming, or is it slowing down? Or are the prices too high, or are they coming down? Are buyers winning or getting crushed?
So it's definitely a confusing market. We're Chad and Aalia, Scott. We help buyers and sellers just like you every single week. We're confused about the market, you're confused about the market, but we help buyers and sellers navigate this tough market every week. And let's talk about it in today's video.
So Chad, why are so many people so confused and feel the stickiness of the market right now?
So we see all these national headlines. I mean, myself, I've been pushing these headlines. Kenosha is the number one highest market in the country. And it's true. We are rated the number one highest market in the country. We have low supply and high demand. Our prices are going way up compared to the rest of the country. People want to live here, mostly because of the commuting aspect, being between Chicago and Milwaukee. So many jobs coming to our area. It is a really hot market compared to the rest of the country. There's a lot of growth in our area. But the headlines can be really confusing. Are prices really going up as fast as they say they are? Is demand really as strong as they say it is? What do the numbers actually say?
So unfortunately, these numbers and the data collection that are being spewed out to create these headlines are coming from different sources. And I, as a teacher, tell my students that you need to vet these sources and how well they are either biased, or how much of a bias do they have in the aspect of these headlines. You have Zillow versus a neighbor versus a news and versus a realtor who is down on the ground trying to get these people to sell their houses and to understand the inventory as well.
So reason number one that Kenosha market is so confusing is that Kenosha is actually multiple markets in one. Aalia, what do I mean when I say that?
So here in Kenosha, we have two separate, let's say, lifestyle behaviors. We have the county, who has their own type of behavior in the way of life, and we have the city, who actually tends to have more of a city lifestyle or a nightlife versus the county, a little faster pace versus a slower pace.
We have entry style homes and we have luxury style homes, all kind of intermixed in our county here.
So the entry level homes are not equal to the move up homes, and we see that with the structure and the pricing. And the move up homes are not equal to the new construction homes, like we did see a long time ago that they are equal. They are no longer equal.
Some homes sell in as little as 1 day, 2 days, or 3 days because of price and because they're so move-in ready. And we're seeing other homes set in the market for 30, 40, even 45 days. Just because they just don't appeal to the mass buying for whatever reason. Maybe they just need a little more work. Maybe they're just in the wrong location.
And we're seeing in the starter homes under a certain price point, actually they are more competitive versus new construction that is on a higher price point as well. So the larger, the higher price, and the buyers start to hesitate to even move on those houses versus the starter homes. But then you're seeing the starter homes with the condition, which actually the conditions matter more than the actual price. So everyone is at a standstill because they're confused which one is better for them and their family.
But everybody thinks that all these housing types should all act the same. A starter home, a move-up home, a new construction home. They should all act the same. They should either sit on the market for a while or they should move really fast. But they don't. Every housing type has a particular buyer type, and they all move at different speeds. And we're seeing that in the market right now. Starter homes are moving really fast right now. We have a lot of hungry buyers. They're looking to buy their first house. Move-up homes are moving fairly fast, but not quite as fast as starter homes typically. And new construction, they've slowed way down since the pandemic. they're not moving nearly as fast. They're still moving fairly fast, but not nearly as fast as the move-up homes and starter homes. So reason number 2 that we're seeing a lot of confusion in our Kenosha market here are prices. We're all feeling the pinch of our economy right now. But prices in housing have skyrocketed. We've all seen the national headlines about how far up housing prices have gone up. And we've seen that here in the Kenosha racing area. Housing prices have gone really, really crazy. But our paychecks have not risen to match those housing prices. And we feel it. We know it. We see it at the grocery store. We see it when we go out to dinner. If you want to buy a house and you're looking to fit that mortgage payment into your lifestyle, it can be really hard with interest rates right now and just with the housing prices.
But that doesn't mean that the homes are crashing per se. It's just the affordability of these houses are getting tighter as the years go by and as our economy changes as well. And the paychecks that we are getting aren't moving as fast as the prices of these homes are.
Buyers aren't necessarily priced out. It just means that they have to recalculate what they're looking for. Maybe they have to buy a smaller house, a house that needs a little bit of fixing up instead of that move-in ready house. They're just pivoting and buying a different house instead of the house that they were originally looking for.
So the monthly payment of a mortgage, the shock of having that does not equal that the market is collapsing. It is just mean that you just have to rethink of that home that you're moving into.
So reason number 3, inventory is getting a little bit better. And by that I mean like just a smidge better. But we're still way off from a normal inventory level here in the Kenosha racing area. Aalia, let's talk a little bit more about that.
Okay, well, it's definitely not a buyer's market, and that I know for sure. We are still seeing that we have more buyers than sellers, so the sellers still have the upper hand. So for most of us, we are not understanding the difference between a buyer's market versus a seller's market, and it's the opposite of what it actually means. The seller's market is a market that is actually beneficial for the sellers, meaning that there is not enough inventory so that they can price their homes and still be more competitive than your neighbor, essentially, because it's not enough inventory. So and there is a lot of buyers who are desperate in that aspect. So your house can be one of those chosen ones because of the lack of inventory.
However, I do want to caution sellers, what we are seeing in buyer behavior right now is buyers are a lot more choosy. They are not just jumping on the first house that they see and like, that they think will fit their lifestyle. They are looking at houses now. They're saying, I really like this house, but I don't know if it's quite the one yet. I want to look at a couple more and see what fits my life and fits our lifestyle. So I really like this house. It checks pretty much all my boxes, but let's look at 2 or 3 more houses first. We've seen a lot of buyers say that, and they may even lose that house that they really like, but they're okay with that.
We recently had a showing, and a buyer came by, and they were really, really picky because one of the bedrooms was small and not really accommodating in that aspect. Whereas before, several years before, we would see the buyers like overlook the smallness of one of the 3 bedrooms and make an offer. But now they're saying, you know what, I can wait.
Yep, this house doesn't check all my boxes. I'll wait for the next house to come along, and I'll just keep waiting. So buyers become a lot more picky in today's market. So keep that in mind if you're looking to sell your house sometime this year.
So we're in the middle, and the middle always feels kind of weird.
Yep.
Believe me, I'm in the middle school. It feels weird all day.
And so reason number 4, and this is a big one, the media. The media likes to blow things out of proportion a lot. Do not believe the national headlines. Do not believe what the media likes to spew online. All those clickbait headlines that you see. If you see a headline and you have questions about it, call your local realtor, call Aalia and I, ask us a question. Be like, is this really true? We are boots on the ground. We know what's actually going on here in our local market. Real estate is very local, and it's more local than it is national.
It's called yellow journaling. Back in the olden days, they would exacerbate the conditions of what was happening overseas so that they can get sympathy and empathy for the citizen. So there's a little history for you guys.
Those headlines that say crash, Those get a lot of clicks. Hot market gets a lot of clicks. Reality, though, those headlines, they all get ignored. So keep that in mind when you're looking at headlines online.
So what is actually happening is the market is actually normalizing, not imploding.
No.
So the strategies are still matters, and it's still very important to have some. So make sure you reach out to us and we can strategize your next move. Also, your pricing, your prepping, and the expectation are everything in either buying or even selling or even investing as well. And we also will help you with that as well.
So what if you're a buyer in today's market, Aalia? What do you need to look for when you're a buyer in today's market?
Well, one thing for sure, there's never a perfect timing. So that perfect timing, it's not because of the season. The perfect timing is when your family is ready. You can't always depend on the season because life always throws you curveballs. Also, the payment comfort and understanding that you are in a position that you are able to make that mortgage payment and save some for repairs down the line. And the time, what time is the great time, and the timeline is up to you and your family. And on top of that is what you need in your family's lifestyle. Are you more of a city goer or are you more of a laid back country goer? So you gotta have to figure that out as well.
Remember that confusion doesn't mean don't buy, it just means buy smarter. Well-priced homes are still selling really fast, either at asking price or sometimes even over asking price.
And you can't rely on the momentum anymore because again, it's changed. What you need is a plan. And so you sit down with us as your realtors and we make a plan to make sure your house sells.
Yep. The market didn't turn against sellers. It's just stopped covering up really bad strategies that you had in the past.
So whose is it best for?
So this market is best for buyers who make a plan to begin with. Is now the right time for you to buy? Do you have a strategy in place? Do you know what you're looking for? Do you know what you don't want in a house? Do you have your pre-qualification ready? Your pre-qualification ready? And sellers, do you have your numbers? Do you have your real numbers in front of you? Do you have that price set? Do you have a plan to sell?
And not those ego prices.
Right. Do you know where we're going to go next? And are you willing to ask questions before making those moves? Are you going to ask your realtor those tough questions? How are they going to help you buy or sell a house? Make sure you ask those tough questions. And can your realtor answer those questions for you?
If Kenosha feels this confusing, that's normal. But you shouldn't be guessing at these big decisions. If you want clear, no pressure conversation about buying, selling, or even investing, upsizing, downsizing, or even just understanding your options, reach out to us at 262-331-1621
or chatscottrealty.com.
Are the binners. All right. You shouldn't be guessing with a decision.